in the wake of that massive U.S. aid package.
Yeah.
Ukraine is not Russia. Ukraine will never be Russia. So, fuck off, Putin.
I think the Russia war, when it started, I think a lot of people were on the edge of their seats of like, you know, as if we're looking at a movie or something like that. Before Russia invaded Ukraine, I remember the time, I think we were looking at Putin. I forgot what network. I think I was on X. And, you know, this thing was just bubbling up. And, I don't understand Russian, but the teleprompter was basically saying, one quote too, I would say too, Elon Musk said,
the real president is whoever controls the teleprompter, you know? It's like the path to power is the path to the teleprompter.
So yeah, I was reading the teleprompter and it basically said that we don't plan on invading Ukraine or something like that. And then the video flashed forward to their army and military literally at their borderline with machine guns and fucking tanks and getting ready to invade. And it was just like, it's like, wait, you just said you're not going to invade. And then after that, you switch over to a whole ass army military just ready to invade and just take over. And then fast forward, the war just started. It's very interesting when you look at the knowledge or the awareness of the general public. As you guys know, I do stocks, study stocks, fucking put so much hours into that stuff. I think that when people can realize the connection between when you follow the money and when you follow the money, or I guess you can say, I think that you can't really follow, you can follow the money, but that can just be a whole rabbit hole. So I think that naturally we follow news. You run into a piece of news and you see what this particular news is talking about. And then all you can think to yourself is like, why is this happening? And especially if the news is very big, it really forces you to, it keeps your attention. So we can go on the list of when a particular disease happened, war happens, 2020 when that happened. So I don't want to say it due to the censors thing on the app, whatever. But when that happened, when you dissect the news and what the media outlet is pushing and want you as the viewer to focus on, you have to instantly switch your brain from, okay, like it's sort of like a commercial. And I really want people who watch this channel to really understand this because one, it's very interesting. Two, it makes you 10 times more aware of what the general public or just what this marketing scheme or media outlet wants you to pay attention to. And three, you're not left in the dark. Four, your brain is fucking turned on. And that's one of my biggest goals, is that I just want general people to just turn their fucking brain on, just like on Wolf of Wall Street.
Captain who?
Captain Ahab, from the fucking
book.
From the book, motherfucker, from the book. Turn your fucking brain on. Fuck you.
But yeah, the list can go on. And in this particular case, when you look at the war, a war with Russia and Ukraine, and then America fronting the weapons and et cetera and so forth, you go down this rabbit hole. And what I want people to realize is very simple. When a media outlet is projecting or pushing a narrative, a story, and that's all you see, that is when the listener, the viewer, has to instantly turn their attention if they're interested in these kind of things. I think that they should be, because this is what the world is pretty much ran on. Where is the money? So when there's a news outlet that's happening, I think people instantly need to see, well, where is the money going? Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money. Because when you start to follow the money, you start to realize, okay, I see why this is happening. It's not just happening just to happen. It's happening because there is a momentum that is shifting in this specific direction. And then there's a lot of things. So when you think of a momentum, think of it as a bar, and that momentum is either going down, it's neutral, or it's going up, right? So you have to understand which direction is it going in. When it's neutral, understand that these are topics that X, Y, and Z, or the general public or the media is not jumping towards. Think of it as like a product that they're not selling just yet. When you start to hear some kind of buzz that's going on with particular news and outlets, understand that the momentum chart is starting to go up. And then you say, well, why is it going up? Who's a part of the party, right? What benefit is whoever that's pushing this story, what benefit are they getting? 9 times out of 10, when you look at the stock market or you look at other different companies that are a part of how this story is going to continue to keep getting built, that is when you start to focus on where is the money going. So in this case, when you look at the Ukraine and Russian war, you ask yourself, well, who's benefiting from this? One of key in which is Lockheed Martin, right? So it's really interesting when you look at Lockheed Martin. You look at the timing of when the war started. I think it was back in 2020. Don't quote me. I can probably Google it, but I don't. Within time, we'll definitely be able to piece it all together. But I think that the war started a few years ago, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or something like that. So 2020 or 2021, maybe 2022. But I think it was like 2021. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. If you look at the timing of the war and you look at maybe a few months before the war happened and you look at the prices of Lockheed Martin, it was roughly around 328, roughly, or 320-ish. This, with the duration of the war, Lockheed Martin managed to go from 328 all the way to 508. And you ask yourself, okay, that's like almost a $200 move. And maybe it's not a lot, maybe it is. But when you start to do the math and you start to look at billions of dollars worth of movement, right? So if you keep it simple, if you had $1 billion, a billion divided by, and this is the correct way to do stocks, right? So you can understand the equation. If you guys know, follow this kind of stuff. This should really help you out and just allow you to just turn your fucking brain on to what is going on in the world. And there's a lot of smart people that actually share this information. I'm just one of those channels. So $1 billion divided by 328 or 320. Times that by 508, and that literally allows you to see how much money was made. And a price target that I have in mind based off of what I see in indicators and just how it's set up, I see Lockheed Martin going to at least $550 to $600. So that kind of tells you the value of this particular news and what the media, what product that they are selling right now to the general public, which is, I guess you can say the narrative, and regardless of what side that you're on, but the narrative is that we need to stop Putin. This is bigger than what Hitler did, back in those days. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but the point is that you ask yourself, who's benefiting from this particular piece of product and service, and you look at all the different players that are a part of it, follow the money.